Hi, bestie. Welcome back to Girlhouse. We are continuing the Q&A, part 2, because we love a Q&A. And if you had responded and been like, please don't do it, we wouldn't do it. But I feel like it's kind of fun for everyone. And I will just say right now, that was the smoothest intro I've ever done.
I was just gonna compliment your intro.
I
I'm
can't even
not even
really.
joking, that was just like, "Wow," and we're right into it.
No, that's how it should be. I guess I'm feeling comfortable and calm with my lemon spindrift.
That's funny you should say. I'm feeling comfortable and calm with my raspberry lime spindrift.
Never told you this, I don't think, but you were raving about the strawberry one, the strawberry lemonade one. I hate it.
Mhm. Really?
Yeah, I hated
Oh,
it.
wow. Yeah, I mean, to each
No
their own. I love
offense.
it.
Yeah, I know
I
you
don't
do. You inspired me to get it, and I was like, "You've gotta be kidding me." And that
apology.
also is really upsetting. There's another flavor I really don't like. It's like a mix between chew and it tastes like a tea. It might be peach or something. I have it in my fridge because my Instacart shopper months ago, instead of getting lemon, replaced it with this crazy flavor. I would rather just be refunded, like, for something like that, if I don't respond.
I was gonna say you can choose the option to refund if you see the replacement and you
Yes,
don't
if
like
I
it.
saw it. It's my fault that I was not on my phone. I understand it's my fault anyway. I'm always hoping that, like, a guest will come over and want these, but
Mhm.
it's like everyone always wants the lemon, obviously. But you know what? These are on the bottom, so maybe people don't see them. I think I need to, like, before I ever have anyone come over, put these on the top and
Maybe,
say, "Oh,
like,
would you like a drink?"
put them on display, like, maybe have, like, an ice bucket on your table, and they're just, like,
Yeah,
propped up nicely. It's like, "How could you resist this refreshing spindrift?"
so true. It's just I'm never really having that many people over at once, but I could work on
Maybe
that.
you could
Perhaps
have
I should
some.
throw, like, a little dinner party sponsored
Yes.
by Spindrift.
I was just gonna say, maybe
Me.
we could get a spindrift sponsorship for Girlhouse.
That would be awesome. That'd
That'd
be
be
seriously
awesome.
awesome.
I was
And
also gonna say maybe you could just have, like, a lemonade stand where you sell spindrifts.
oh, I would love that. Speaking of lemonade stand, that just reminds me of my update from basically my friend Sophia came over yesterday, and she really inspired me. She said that I should really just at Melrose Trading Post, sell my Mod Podge. And she was like, 'cause she really hypes me up every time and says that I am talented, and I will say people have DM me many times asking to buy them, and this is the most epic plan. So she's gonna completely help me set up the stand. She's gonna kinda be like the business behind it. I'm gonna Mod Podge, and I'm gonna, like, which will be great because I have, like, I'm running out of room, and it will give me a purpose. All proceeds from my Mod Podge are going to be donated to help animals.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You've been saying that you should do that forever.
I know. And I'm, like, really it's kinda like I've put so much money and time into it. Why don't I and, like, also, people might be more inclined to buy it for a good cause.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
And so now I'm, like, just Mod Podging for the animals.
Wow, look at you, a
Yeah.
saint among us.
Mm.
No,
Uh,
that actually is awesome, though.
thanks. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
And you could have, like, Ducky there maybe as, like,
Mm,
a little mascot situation.
maybe. I don't know. He's a bit much sometimes.
Would help the whole for the animals.
I think that might get a bit out of hand.
Okay, we can workshop that anyway.
Okay.
Just an idea.
Anyway, I guess we'll get straight into the Q&A. It's posted on my personal Instagram and Girl House. I don't even really know how we're gonna try our best to just, like, 'cause we only got to a excuse me. We only got to a few questions last time because we took too long. So we're really gonna try to rapid fire today. All right, rapid fire. How soon is too soon to have sex with someone else after ending 3.5 year relationship? I think really it's everyone's own personal preference, I guess, but I will just say, me personally, I have tried after a long-term relationship, especially like a relationship that's been over a year or two. I've tried in the past when I was younger and less mature to just go hook up with someone else immediately after, which always ended up an uncomfortable situation for everyone because it would always end in me crying. And then, of course, the guy freaks out because he's like, "Why are you crying?" He thinks he did something wrong. I'm like, "It's nothing to do with you." And I can't say I miss my ex-boyfriend, so I just don't say anything, and then it's just like an uncomfortable situation. Because I think when you're with someone for like a long period of time, you get so comfortable with them. And if you're sad about the breakup and you're trying to feel better by hooking up with someone else, and then it feels so different, it might make you cry. That's my take on it. Fave products from Whole Foods. For me, the whole Olive Bar section, specifically, I restock every week. I don't even know what I think they're called Gigante beans. They're these big, like, white beans, um, like, in this marinade. Absolutely delicious. And then I also get, the Greek spicy olive medley. It's like olives, everything's pickled, but, like, olives, cauliflower, carrots, all this stuff. Sometimes I get the roasted tomatoes, sometimes I'll get, like, other various olives, sometimes I'll get the artichoke hearts, everything's kinda pickled and olivey, of course, and then my other I have 2 more, my other one is, I think it's by Simply, they're called peanut butter crunchies, my favorite dessert. They're, like, these, like, really yummy, healthy little chocolates that are my dessert. Sometimes when I'm not in the mood to scoop a bowl of ice cream, 'cause I have to have dessert every night. Last thing from Whole Foods, and I can actually just look at my photos so I can know the name, but Whole Foods in a lot of places lately, I'm not sure if you've noticed this, like, the new thing is, like, really artisanal frozen pizzas, like, that's the new wave, where it
Mm,
literally looks like you went to, like, this pizza, like, I made it
wait,
last night, and
I
it
was gonna say,
literally
is the one that you just posted from Whole Foods?
Yes, it's called Del Popolo, and I made the margarita one last night. I also got one that's potato and onion and something else. It looks awesome, and they literally, like, in Whole Foods, if your Whole Foods doesn't have those, like, in general, they have, like, a lot of they also what I love, they sell, like, single slices of frozen pizza, but it's, like, not, like, and once again, like, I'm DiGiorno's biggest fan. I love DiGiorno, like, but I will just say, like, these pizzas are, like, it's like you're at a really nice restaurant in the comfort of your own home.
I'm blown away. Obviously, Whole Foods is amazing, but, like, I'm blown away that because I saw your story last night, and I thought it was from, like, Jelena or something.
It looked like that, and it felt
Yeah,
like that. It was
that's
Jelena at
awesome.
home. I mean, nothing will ever compare to the 4 onion pizza, but my last thing, sorry, it's just, like, I get it every week. 2 more things, rapid fire. The Boston sourdough bread, get it every week, restock. Yep, and you're and their dragon roll I love. Okay.
Yeah. They have the best, prepared ready-made foods.
Parmesan soup, their broccoli cheddar, their sandwich, I could go on,
It
sorry.
kinda
Anyway.
seems like this question was more made
The
for you.
macaroni, oh my god, and they sell their macaroni that I love in the frozen section, I actually had it 2 nights ago. Just pop it in the oven.
Wow.
Sorry,
No,
just
it's okay, I'm
passionate.
doing rapid fire. My favorite item from Whole Foods would be the Drew's, jalapeno chipotle jalapeno dressing.
I would have never even thought I've never even
Wonder why I'm saying that?
it's part of your bowl.
No. So, Callie's so, like, hung up on this bowl because she can't have it. You can do your own variant.
It's all you
Anyway,
talk about.
no.
I don't e
No, we do have Whole Foods here, but it's not the grocery store that I go to. So I don't really have, like, current faves per se, but I will say that this actually is a different bowl. It's this taco salad that Jamie put me on earlier around, like, January of this year, and, it's this one specific dressing, and I would literally drive, like, 2 hours to Whole Foods from home just to stock up on the dressings, and I would get, like, 4 of them every time.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
like and I know you love this dressing too, and I used to when I was home, I would do this, but now Whole Foods now I can only get it at Gelson's. Whole Foods stopped really stocking Cindy's Kitchen. They have, like, a few items, but they don't have all of them, but it used to be, like, just a Whole Foods, I thought, but it's Cindy's Kitchen Asiago peppercorn dressing, where we both love it.
Mhm. That or the lemon shallot always reminds me of you from Cindy's
Yes, the
Kitchen.
lemon shallot is also but those aren't oh, you know who else has that? Is Sprouts.
Mm.
Sprouts and Gelson's carry
Nothing like a
Cindy's
good
Kitchen.
dressing that you crave so much that you're just dying to eat a salad.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fascinating.
And Celia and I are both, like, thankfully, like, we like the same amount of dressing pretty much, so it's never, like, a problem if we're having
Yeah.
salad together,
We're probably, like, on the heavier dressing
obviously.
side.
Yeah.
That's my, like, biggest pet peeve of all time, and I don't wanna out which family member, but I do have one family member, not immediate, that, like, eats their salad without dressing. Yeah. I can't really get into it. It's something that I've never been able to understand.
Nothing? They squeeze, like, a lemon on it?
Mm-mm. Granted, they're probably not having salad too much, but they don't like salad dressing.
I've seen, like, these people be really dramatic online and be like, "I've gotta get my greens in," so they just, like, get a bag of spinach and shove it in their mouth, and, like,
No.
that's and quite frankly, like, it's grow up. Like, salad's delicious.
Or
Find
if you're
dressing
that
you like.
desperate,
You don't
have a
need to be,
green
like,
juice.
shoving. Get a green juice if, like, that's really how desperate you are to get your greens in, I don't know.
Did you hear what I just said?
No, I didn't.
I said, "Or if you're that desperate, get a green juice."
Wow, that's no, I didn't hear you, that's crazy. I really didn't hear you.
We are so
Okay.
bad at rapid fire.
I know,
Next.
we're really bad. Okay, that was tough. What law did you learn about in law school that you immediately spiraled into thinking you broke? I was just talking about this. Civ Pro in general. That's where I had my first panic attack, aside from smoking weed. Civ Pro never made sense to me because basically, not to bore everyone, but I do really well with like laws. Um, like people would save their you get like one pass fail. They'd save it for either evidence or Civ Pro. Usually, it's kind of like how your brain works. And people had so much like trouble. I like know so many people who like really struggle with evidence. Evidence was so easy for me because it's just rules. These are the rules, you follow them. But Civ Pro's all this bullshit. It's like, oh well, it used to be like this, and then it's cumulative, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. It's all, I hate it. It's I don't want anything to do with it, and like anything too closely law to do with the government. I stop listening because I get bored. So yeah, okay, rapid fire.
Wow, that was
Um,
rapid. Well, I will do the ideal day of my current week. You are going to be blown away. I know I've kind of like told you a little bit about this, Callie, but you're still going to be blown away. I am now getting into 2-a-day workouts.
wow.
Joining, I know this is supposed to be rapid fire. Obviously
We're
not
not
like,
we can't do it. We're not good.
well,
Well,
I'm
we're doing our
trying very
best.
hard, but I have never experienced a sensation like joining Equinox, and that I understand how basic and pick me that sounds. I adore my Studio Nantucket and Pilates place that I usually go to because I love the workout, and I was always so anti, like, joining a gym like this, but the excitement I get from the social factor is I've never been a part of a gym. I guess that's the answer. I've never been a part of a gym.
That's literally not true at all.
Not one like this.
Yeah, not one like this, but we were both members of Boston Sports Club, and you were also at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, but they don't have, like, classes.
Oh, I think
It's just
classes yeah,
different.
I
I
guess
don't
they
know.
don't, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm really getting into the classes and like it's crazy because I used to be so fearful of them and like I've never lifted weights except for like maybe in high school for field hockey and lacrosse, but like not actually really lifted weights. And now I'm doing like weightlifting classes. It's just kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
that's epic.
And like the bar and Pilates are so manageable in comparison to like the Pilates that is on Mega Reformer. But like my consistency, I've never wanted to do it this much, and I'm super into heated yoga, which I've been doing after work every day. So I do a morning, and then afterwards I'll do like heated yoga, which is like a break. But it's also like so good for you.
That's so fun. I know I don't take advantage of the classes at all. This has been kind of a thing Celia and I are going through right now, is she keeps talking about Equinox. And she keeps acting like I've never like, she literally, like not even like you're talking about it like I don't know what it is, you literally don't you don't remember. Like, you almost it's to the point where you're almost, like, suggesting I go, and I'm like, "I've been going for years and years and years," to the
Yes.
point and also, this is just so ironic, I'm so grateful you introduced me to Pilates Mega Reformer because it changed my life, but for so long, you were trying to get me to, like, stop going to Equinox and do Pilates instead. And I was like, I don't want to pay for both. Now I just do. And I think I need to utilize the classes more. Cause also, like I know mine and I always mean to go, like they have like sound baths and like meditations too.
Mhm.
I actually
I'm
think
doing
there's
a
a
medi
meditation tonight that maybe I'll go to. Let me see what time it's at.
I'm doing a meditation Friday.
Really?
I'm taking 3 classes on Friday. The
Wow.
yoga that I do with Jamie, then I'm doing this two-tone hit one after, and then I have work, and then afterwards I'm doing a meditation.
Yeah, they have a sonic meditation tonight. I don't know what the hell that is from 7:30 to 8:15. I'm gonna sign up.
That is awesome. That's what I'm saying, like,
You just
it
inspired
just
me.
it feels like such, a community and, like, a place to hang out, like, even last night when I was on the phone with you, I
Can you
touched
start
you.
over? I accidentally
Yeah.
made him squeal.
It just feels like at least the one that I'm going to, it feels like such a, like, community and, like, if Jamie's listening to this, she's gonna be cracking up because this is, like, her favorite, and she's been telling me this about this specific one, but it just, like it feels like a place to hang out, and, like, it's exciting. Like, when I was on the phone with you last night and Britta was showering and I was waiting for her, I was just, like, hanging out in the chairs, and, like, there's just so much going on. I don't know how to explain it other than that, and, what was I just gonna say? I don't know. I feel like I always just thought it was so expensive, and it is so expensive if you're just using it for, like, a gym, then I would say it's completely overhyped. But the fact like, yeah. But the fact that it has, like, all these classes and, like, you get a variant of the classes that you're doing is just so cool and awesome. Like, if I were paying for even 1 class a day, it would be so much more
Yeah, it is awesome if
outside of
you're
the
using
setting.
the classes. I have never really experienced, like, the hangout factor. I would have, the Palisades one, like, they really implemented, like, hangouts, like, it was so nice because it was, like, multiple floors and they had, like, balconies, that you could just, like, hang out at and, like, workspaces, and they were really trying to make it. I don't know if it's going to reopen or when it's gonna reopen because 'cause I've driven by it and it wasn't affected by the fires, like, it's still intact, but I haven't heard anything about it reopening, so I go to different Equinox now that, like, I personally like, I only started going to Equinox again because I stopped it for a bit because I was really only using it for the Stairmaster. Well, the Palisades one opened up and it was beautiful, and I was like, "This is a reason." Now, the one I go to is just like it feels like just a I don't know. Anyway, I'm inspired to go to the class, but Santa Monica's opening one, it probably won't be here for, like, a year or 2, so I'm
Mhm.
not getting too excited, but I keep seeing signs for it everywhere, so I'm like, "Maybe it'll be here sooner than later," but I'm really excited because it has a rooftop pool, and I can't wait. Then it will be worth it again, so I'm envious of, like the one that I go to is kinda dated, like, now, like, no
Yeah.
one hangs out there.
Let me
Oh,
just
and that well,
clarify. I
that
haven't, quote, unquote, "hung out" with anyone. It's just that there are people hanging out, and I happen to be one of them. I'm making it sound like I've made all these friends here. That is not the case, but I just really see the potential, and I want to be there because it's practically like going to a bar. Like, there are so many cute men my age and, like, girls that I would maybe potentially be friends with, like, my age, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's just like a place with a bunch of people my age that I wanna
See,
be.
mine is not like that. We all know I was harassed by that one man at the
Yeah.
gym who would stand on the Stairmaster and tell me how much smarter he is than me because I never texted him. Like, holy
Do you wanna
shit.
tell what happened to you today, and then I'll tell my gym story that you haven't
Yeah.
actually heard yet?
What else I was gonna say, like, there's a few people my age, like, I have one gym crush, we've never spoken or really even come close to speaking, but, like, yesterday I was stretching and, like, we've, like, made eye contact. I don't really know what he feels like about me. The other day, he got on the Stairmaster next to me, but I had just finished. I got off. I was like, "I don't wanna stay on longer." Um, but, like, yeah, I find him attractive. He seems to be I mean, we always look at each other, and he made such a point when he was walking to the locker room yesterday to walk directly in front of me stretching, and, like, it actually would have been easier for him to take a straight path. He, like, went out of his anyway.
See, I cannot even imagine being on the floor. Like, I am gonna start using the Stairmaster or, like, doing cardio, but I walk through the whole floor and, like, make eye contact with people and go to the classes. I can't imagine like, that's a whole level I haven't unlocked yet.
Are you making eye contact or are you glaring?
I try to do the first, but I probably do the latter.
Celia does this thing, like, really severely where when she gets nervous, she glares at people that she finds
Yes.
attractive.
Which that's actually a good disclaimer because I actually met the nicest person and she listens to Girlhouse at Equinox in one of the classes. So yes, if I am ever glaring, now that I've outed myself to the world that this is where yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
because you're
can't
just
help it.
nervous. Yeah.
It's like my shield.
Yeah, it's like you have your glasses and then you're glaring. But, were you at Noah's with me that day that I took a photo of that guy's hat who was wearing the veteran strip club hat? He's, like, super old.
I don't think so.
He's a very funny guy. He's probably in his late 80s or, like, he's definitely 80s. He's an old guy,
Uh-huh.
and he, wears the same hat every day that says, like, veteran strip club member, like, something, and he always wears, like, all these, like, really inappropriate, like, unbelievably sexually inappropriate shirts, but he's just, like, this little old man. Like, well, I've tried to get photos of them before, but, like, they'll be, like, genuinely sexually inappropriate, like, plays on, like, porn and, like, like, just, like, a lot of stuff, but, like, then he also has funny ones, like, the other day he was wearing one that was, like, um "Don't fucking bother me, I'm retired." Like, he's just
Icon.
always wearing he's awesome, but, like, that's more like there's, like, older people at my gym. Like, it's a large mix.
Oh, he goes to your gym?
Yes. Yeah, but I've seen him before, he definitely lives in the area because, I've seen him at Noah's. Um
Got it.
And it's really cute because like, I saw him, like, with his whole, like sometimes I feel bad for old people when they're by themselves, but I don't feel bad for him because 'cause I've seen him out and about with his, group of other friends, but he's just always wearing the most epic
Romeo's?
T-shirts.
Rich
Yeah.
old or retired old men eating out?
Did you make that up?
No.
Oh, okay. Um, that was really crazy. But we're doing really bad at rapid firing, but I have 2 more things to say.
We're supposed
There's
to tell your story
I'm
of what
going
happened to
to.
you.
There's this other really weird guy who comes into the gym every day. He's got a weird vibe, and he always, like he's a very happy guy, he's always sauntering in. He's like he's really giving, like, he, like, does, like, acid before he comes to the gym, like, that kind of vibe, and he always puts his water bottle upside down in the treadmill, which I think I kind of understand now 'cause it's a big water bottle, I think that's just how it fits, because that was one thing I was like, "Why are you doing that?" But he also just walks on the treadmill barefoot every day. It's really I
That
think
doesn't
he
seem
usually
right.
has socks on, but it's just what is I mean, I guess people are into that, like, I've seen people hiking barefoot and stuff, but, like, he's an interesting man, but everyone knows him at the gym, like, he is, like, pretty big
Legend.
member. Yeah. Um, that being said, what happened today and I've had 2 awkward moments with this man, I literally almost went home from the gym and ended my workout because I felt so uncomfortable, and I'm still not sure if this happened, but one of the employees at the gym, he's very nice, and, like, one time I was walking to my car in the parking garage, and, like, he was also in the parking garage, which reminds me, there's this woman who keeps hula hooping in the parking garage. I'm not sure if she's at the gym or she just chooses this as her space to hula hoop. She's probably, like, 70 something. It's just interesting. It's sweet, but yeah. Anyway, one time, like, I was walking towards him, and I didn't know if he, like, recognized me or not. I don't really know any of the, like, employees that well except for this one guy who I love, who always says, like, "What's up, Callie?" And it just always makes me feel really good that he knows my name. This whole point being, I've seen him once, we were in the parking garage, I, like, looked down, looked up, like, it was just awkward, and then he finally, like, waved to me, he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, he could
Is he
tell.
our age? Handsome?
No, I'm not gonna say he's handsome, or I don't wanna roast this guy. He's a very sweet guy. Is he my type? No, but, anyway, is he our age? No, he's probably, like, 37. But yeah, basically today, I was on the front row of the treadmills, and then there's, like, 2 then there's another row of treadmills behind it, then there's a row of ellipticals, then there's the Stairmaster, so I'm basically at the front and center of the room, people behind me, all ages, uh, and this guy who I've already had one awkward encounter with in the parking garage where it was like, "Should we wave? Should we not wave?" Um, he, like, really enthusiastically waved, and I Like, I wasn't sure if he was waving at me or not, but I kind of could feel that he was looking a little past me, but I couldn't tell. I've already had one awkward moment, so I waved back and then but, like, I kinda put my hand down immediately. I've since realized the way he waved, like, as if there was such recognition, I've since come to the conclusion that it most likely was someone behind me, which means that everyone at the gym saw that happen too, because I'm in the front, so everyone behind me saw what really happened.
Really to you, and that would be so rude if you didn't wave back.
I'm really struggling with it, and then he kept, like, walking around the gym, of course, as he does, and I was really struggling. I was like, I can't look at you."
'Cause he's doing his job?
No, because I just waved at him, and I don't think he waved at me, and now maybe he's gonna feel bad, and he's gonna wave to me to make up for it, and I can't handle that.
I was gonna say, you should just wave at him every time you see him now.
I think I have to.
Yeah. Mhm. Well,
He has, like, a really warm energy, like, I'm open to being at the point where we wave to each other.
right, like, I'm sure he wasn't offended.
No, it's more embarrassing that everyone behind me saw it happen.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. Do you wanna know what I did that's embarrassing?
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad. Some would argue it's worse, but I personally don't think so. Um, so basically, I have been getting there, like, 10 minutes early and, like, setting up my spot in the class, whatever, because both Britta and Jamie, who also go do that, but I was running really late this morning not this morning, yesterday, and I had a 7:30 class, and got there at 7:27. I was heading to the class, looked at my phone, it was 7:29. I come bursting in because it was, a Pilates class, and I've only done Pilates once with a guest pass, like, in last March, and it was in this one studio, so I just sort of assumed it would be there, because the other studio I've only been to, like, weightlifting classes in. Whatever, I assumed it would be in this studio. So I come bursting in because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, shoot, I only have a minute left," and everyone's sort of, like, already in it, and I'm like, "Wow, they really, like, right into this," and it was super zen, like, zen music, really quiet class, like, maybe 7 6, 7 people. I get my stuff, I'm scurrying over to my spot. I start to, like, get into this pose, and it's, like, a yoga pose. I'm, like, trying to get the instructor's attention, like, "Is this Pilates?" And then he goes, "No." So then I have to put my stuff away after getting it all, scurry out, go to the other studio, late to Pilates, set up in Pilates. It was actually a great class. Thank God on my way out, I saw the instructor and I was like, "I am so sorry. Clearly I'm new here." And he was like cracking up. And he was like, "No, I figured when you came in at that time because they only had 15 minutes left of class." I was like
Wow.
scrambling, like scurrying to get my stuff. Like, and by the way, there were people my age, men in the class. So yeah, that's, like, so embarrassing and, like, literally scurrying, and imagine you're in, like, almost to the end of your yoga class, and it's, like, super zen, and I'm, like, just so embarrassing.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, brush it off the shoulder, what can you do?
You're
But yeah.
handling that really well. That's arguably just as bad as what I did.
For some reason, I'm, like, not I felt bad for interrupting his practice. I know especially in yoga, that's, like, extremely rude, but I felt good that I got to apologize to him. I'm not that embarrassed about the actual act. Meanwhile, I told Jamie, she's like, "That's actually my worst fear of ever happening." Like, I fear that, like, weekly.
Yeah, it sounds pretty embarrassing.
But now I check where the things are. But I will say, then yesterday night, Britta and I went to heated yoga, and the instructor was like, "If you're here for Pilates, just kindly leave. You don't have to apologize. We've been having some mix-ups." So apparently Pilates must have used to been in that studio.
Imagine they said that just for
That's
you.
what Britta said. That's literally what Britta said. Anyway, I digress.
Okay,
So not rapid fire.
we're
Next.
so bad at this, but we're working on it. Okay, um, fave best sex position or tips? Our moms listen to this, so I would just kindly I think from here on, the questions might get to a point where we're not comfortable, with our mothers listening to this, so if you are one of our mothers, perhaps we love you and you're awesome, but I just don't feel comfortable sharing this to everyone. That being said,
And what about
um,
your father and your brother?
they definitely don't listen. But
Grandfather?
yeah, if they're listening, definitely stop listening. And then my grandpa, like, if my grandpa's listening, please if you're related to me, stop, okay? It's too much. Anyway, rapid fire, I guess I've never really shared this online. The only thing I'll say is that I definitely am a girl that just prefers to be on top. That's what I like. Yeah,
Rapid fire.
rapid fire. Um, okay, what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to y'all? I don't know why I said y'all, it doesn't say y'all. I've never said that in my life.
Yeah, that did not sound natural.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you all during a hookup?
I'm sorry,
I'll
you made up the y'all part?
by accident, yes. I don't I just said I don't know why I did that. I can think off the top of my head what the weirdest thing is for me. There might have been weirder things, but I'll just never forget this. It ended up not really being a hookup because I had met this guy. This was when I was living in Boston. I had met this guy at the Lincoln, and he was like 6'7". And never forget, he came back to my apartment with me. I think I was like a junior in college at the time. He was a little older, and we, like, went to hook up, and I just, like, like, before, like, you get into actual intercourse, there's, typically other things going on. I think I went for, like, just a classic hand job or maybe a bit of a feel, and there was nothing there. Like, literally, basically nothing. Like, there is such thing as a micro penis, and I don't say that lightly. Like, if you have a small penis, whatever, like, I've been with guys who have, like, smaller situations. This was literally, like, the size of my pinky when it was hard. It was to the point where he needed to say something about it. It was really inappropriate that he didn't. Um, there would have been no point in having sex, and I kind of got to the point where I was like, "I don't need to be doing this." I said, "I have an early morning." And he went home, and he definitely knew what was going on. I mean, the second I saw what was going on under his pants, I told him to go home. I guess the craziest thing was just that he was 6'7", so I really wasn't expecting that.
Kind of funny that it's 6'7" too, huh? Also, you've told this story on the podcast at least 3 times now, this poor man.
Have I? I just will never get
Yes,
over it.
it's
I'll
like your
never get over
go-to, and
it.
I'm like, "This poor man just he keeps catching strays on this podcast."
Do I have a weirder hookup than that? Like, I think that's my weirdest hookup.
It's
I
just
mean,
funny.
I've had, like, in high school, like, sex in the woods on the ground. Had sex on a basketball court in high school. I don't know, I think that's, like, my weirdest hookup. I don't know.
That guy just
Um,
keeps catching strays, it's hilarious.
it's something you should say. I don't even remember his name.
I do.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it since I
Also, by the way, it's called Lincoln here. The Lincoln is in Venice.
Oh,
Not that Lincoln
sorry.
necessarily my cup of tea, it's just I don't want you to get roasted by the Boston listeners.
Sorry.
You don't have
Sorry.
to apologize, I'm just saying.
Um,
Are you going out the night before Thanksgiving? My sister, I keep trying to tell her, "No, I am not." And she said, "Why would you say that? This is like" well, I shouldn't yeah.
wait, are you gonna be home?
Nantucket.
Oh.
She
Yeah,
wants me to go out.
why would you
Because
not?
well, here's the deal. There's a bar class on Thanksgiving at 9 a.m., and we all know how that goes.
Oh my
We
god.
go out prior. But no, I
Live a
really wanna
little.
go because I don't, get to usually go there, obviously, now that I'm not living there. And it's one of my favorite instructors, but yeah, I'll probably go out the night before Thanksgiving. Will
Okay.
you?
Definitely not. Is that even, like, a question? I only say definitely not because, like, we grew up in a small town, so, like, it's, like, the typical, like, whatever, like, when you go out, you see everyone. So what, I'm gonna just go by myself? Because you're not gonna be home. Are you gonna take the California bar? At this point in life, no way in hell.
Did you see that well, obviously you saw because you sent it to me, Kim.
Didn't pass, yeah. It's the hardest bar, like, it's a bummer. I don't like,
And she's
I'm
doing, like, a million things
everything.
at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine, not that I've ever had to study of it, but just how you speak about it, like, I can't imagine doing that while filming multiple shows, well doing, like, raising 4 children, like, it just seems like a lot.
No. She's like and I know people are, like, shitting on her, "Oh my god, you have all the resources in the world and you still failed." First of all, the California bar is the hardest one, and I also think people who have not taken the bar or are friends with someone who's, like, people don't understand how intense of an it's not normal. Like, it is, like, the hardest thing. It's so hard. It's a hard thing to pass. Like, that's why it was funny, like, the New York bar, like, I'm not, like, now, like, pivoting to say, "Oh, I passed the bar." The California bar is harder than the one I took, but, like, when people were, like, who have never even, like they don't even know what it's about, were like, "Wow, you only passed by a point," because I did only pass by a point. I passed, like,
Yeah,
it's hard to pass.
yeah.
So, like, no shade to her, like, I feel bad, that sucks, she's gonna take it again, I'm sure she'll eventually pass. There was one guy, and I don't know what bar he was taking, but, he literally took it, I think, 80 times. He has, like, the world record for how many times he's taken it. I would definitely have given up by that point. All I know is that he started taking it before his sons were even born, and both of his sons went on to law school, took the bar exam, and passed it before he did. I think he took it, like, 60 something
That
times.
has to be like a movie. That's crazy.
Also, the resources you would put into that because a bar prep class, assuming he was using them,
That's
is,
crazy.
like, 4,000 and it costs money to take the bar, I can't remember how much, but, like
I hope it was worth it for him.
well, he's a lawyer now, and he, like, talks about perseverance. I
Yeah.
don't know, I even said, like, I also just really don't wanna be a lawyer. Sorry, I said it. It makes people so mad. I changed my mind, that's the truth. I don't wanna be a lawyer. Sorry, I just don't. That's why I'm not gonna take the California bar, and it feels good to say that. I understand I went to law school. I understand I'm very privileged I went to law school, and I'm very lucky that I am in a position where I don't have to be a lawyer, and that is like, I'm very grateful for that, but I don't wanna be a lawyer. Sue me. I just don't. And
No
by
pun
the way,
intended.
just because everyone always gets so mad and says, "Oh my gosh, your parents fund your whole lifestyle and they paid for your law school." I paid for law school myself, okay? I took out loans and I paid for my own lifestyle, so leave me alone. Please, it's just like, I don't wanna be a lawyer. Where was that going? I don't know. Oh, I think if I did want to be a lawyer still though, I think my max I'd max out at, like, 3 times.
It's also tricky because, well, yeah, it's like you said, the resources. Like, if you're trying to practice law and you've paid for law school, that's tricky. And I was gonna say, like, Kim hasn't, but I'm sure she's paid just as much, maybe in tutoring.
Sure
So,
she's paid more,
yeah, yeah,
but,
it's crazy.
not that that's, like, a problem for her, but
Yeah, I just realized it's not a problem for her as I'm, like, speaking this out. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's
yeah. I just, like, obviously, if I really wanted to be a lawyer, like, I probably would take it as many times if I had to, but the problem is it's only offered twice a year too, and so, I don't know. I would hate
that that man dedicated, like, half of his life to the bar exam.
more than that. That's what I
It's
mean.
really hard for me to
He took
fathom.
it
That's
he
crazy.
took it too far, only because 'cause I'm also, like, studying for the bar exam is a full-time job. You have to study 8 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 months. So I'm just like, how does he have to and he's a father and he's married and
Yeah, it's not
I'm
adding
just
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Perhaps
anyway,
that's why it
yeah.
took him many times.
But, the whole point being, because I know bar exam results came out recently. If you failed, literally, like, do not feel bad and do not feel stupid or like obviously I understand it's very frustrating and like having to go through the study process again. It is literal hell on earth. Like it is the most miserable thing I've ever done. That being said, like it is so common to fail. It shows nothing of your knowledge or your capability to be a lawyer. It is a fucking insane exam. And the bar association knows it's an insane exam because, by the way, they're planning on completely changing the format, and they're gonna make it more like, or they're talking about making it more like I don't know how to word it, but, like, more of, like, an equivalent to,
Applicable?
like, an apprenticeship, obviously still an exam form, but, like, No one needs to know. No one in the world except for no, literally no one in the world in any legal field except I guess if you're a bar prep teacher needs to know all the ins and outs of all 13 subjects of the law. That's insane. It's insanity. There's no reason. Sorry, I'm very passionate about it. Don't feel bad if you failed the bar exam. It's the most stupid exam in the world. It's so hard, it's so unnecessary, and you're very capable.
I will
And
say
I'll just also say I have very, very, very smart friends who I think are much smarter than me. Not to like down myself because I don't want to talk down on myself. I think I'm very smart, but they're very smart girls and guys I know that have failed the bar and had to retake it. And I never would once think, "Oh my god, like they're idiots." Like they're very smart. That's my take on it. I just think it doesn't say anything about you. Very yeah.
um a little thing that just that because this was happening, I kept seeing videos on my For You page, probably because of you, of people passing. And it's actually like just so like anyone, like even like literally whatever, just accomplishing something, and it reminded me of your video.
Yeah.
Like it's so emotional.
No, I literally like I don't get emotional with things like that, but I did shed a tear. 'Cause it's just so relieving.
Yeah.
When you find out you don't have to do it, like, again, it was just so miserable. I was, like, shaking when I found out, and, like, I was, like, so shaky I couldn't even read the screen because I was so panicked, so for the first, like, 30 seconds, I couldn't even tell if I had passed or not. And the worst part too is, like, a lot of states announce the date. I don't know what's worse, honestly. A lot of states announce the date that they'll put out results, but then a lot of states don't. And New York doesn't, so it's, like, every day, you know, like, the
Okay.
window. I remember, like, this was the only time I was, like, on Reddit all the time, a good use for Reddit because like, everyone was like, "I think it's gonna be today." Yeah, and I remember I woke up I had, like, slept in that morning, and I had in my group text with my friends from school, they were like, "Our exams are out, results are out," and I was like, "Holy shit." Worst hookup ever. Can I say the guy that I just talked about again with the micro penis?
This poor guy needs to catch a break.
No, I'm sure I have a worse hookup. What's, like, another weird hookup I've had? I'm trying to, like, go through my brain of hookups I've had. I'm sure there's been weird ones. Losing my virginity was pretty bad. In a tent, never had even made out with anyone before, and then he told everyone in school that he fucked me so hard I cried. Yeah, that was a
Oh
pretty
my
bad
god.
hookup.
I didn't know
I
that happened.
You definitely did, you must have just forgotten.
Yeah, I forgot that bit. God, as a teenage boy, that's so vulgar.
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty yeah. No, that was definitely not a good hookup.
Okay,
Most
go.
embarrassing most embarrassing moments of your life that still keep you up at night, LOL. I've talked about these before too, but, like, a lot of my most embarrassing moments that, like, literally these are ones that have stuck with me forever and ever. 20 years they've stuck with me, and I'm still feel embarrassed about them. One of them would be the time after actually visiting Plymouth Plantation. Um, my friend's parents were driving me and my friend home, my mom was also in the car. I was listening, to an Avril Lavigne CD on my CD player. I was singing, but I didn't realize I was singing very loudly, to the point where no one could even actually hear like, their own conversations. I don't know how I couldn't tell, I guess my music was blasting, and my mom had to tap me and ask if I could quiet down because we were, like, all in the car together, and I like, I still don't feel comfortable thinking about that, like, that makes me so uncomfortable. In my computer room, I was singing love song practicing in the middle of the night. I didn't think anyone could hear me. And then my parents came in and asked me if I could please quiet down because they were trying to sleep. That made me really uncomfortable. Another really embarrassing moment that I actually haven't thought about for a while, but was pretty uncomfortable was when I went for my conference with my very small English class in college, like, going over my paper, and he didn't have an actual office, he just had a stall, and the entire rest of the class was sitting outside waiting for their turn. There were only, like, 8 students in the class, and it was silent, and right when I got up from, like, our conversation, don't know how I literally don't know how this happened, I didn't feel it coming, I don't know how it happened. I just farted so loudly. I was horrified, everyone knew it was me, and then after that happened, I had to walk down the line of people. Like, imagine you walk out of the stall, my teacher hears me, and then I have no choice, the only way to the door is to walk past everyone, and it's a silent, empty room, and
I blame it on the
obvious
teacher.
it was just so obviously me, like, there's just, like, no it was just so obviously me. Yeah. Um, yeah, I guess those are pretty bad ones. I don't know, I have a lot
Funny
of
because
embarrassing moments.
if the first 2 didn't happen, maybe you would have a career as a famous singer.
I wish. All I wanted was to be a famous singer. I actually used to get in arguments, um, like, in my basement when I'd have friends over because we would all practice singing, um, and we would, like, rate each other, and I'd never get high enough ratings, and, like, I'd be like, "Come on, like, I really think it was better
Give
than
me
that."
more.
And I used to practice, like, I found out that, like, um, if you, like, stood if I would stand high up in my closet, I could like, the echo, I was able to kinda hear my own voice because I didn't have anything to, like, record. This was, like, literally before, like I mean, I had, like, a Razr cell phone once I was in, like, 5th grade, but yeah, when I was in my, like, early singing career, how crazy, I didn't even have anything to record myself with, and I couldn't hear my own voice. Um, so I was just doing everything I could to, like, try to hear my own voice. No, I wish I was a singer so bad, like, honestly, Hannah Montana, like, love that show, but sometimes I was filled with so much envy, it was, like, hard for
You
me
know,
to
it's been,
watch.
like, over 10 years, maybe more, maybe over 15 years since Hannah Montana?
I think it's been, like, yeah, almost 20 years. I think it's been, like, insane well, it couldn't have been 20 years, but it's been, like, a long time, yeah.
No, it's been a really long time. How crazy is that?
It's a really great show.
I know, maybe I should rewatch it, except I
That just
don't.
reminded me too, I don't think I haven't ever told this story,
I have 2, feelings of being so embarrassed, like, as a child that just reminded me sort of. Not that one in particular, but just your stories in general. And, this stuck to me. I actually brought this up pretty recently, I think last Easter. So we were driving down because we used to have this thing called Lake Weekend, which my family we all went to our family's lake house on this lake, and it was Memorial Day weekend. So I thought that it was like a national holiday. And then we would drive all the cousins, and this was like the first time we'd see all of our cousins like for summer, and then we'd all drive back to my nana's. Because that's where all the cousins would go for the summer. And on the drive back, I remember my aunt was picking me up from my dad's office, and she told me that she would be driving me because none of my cousins wanted to be in the same car as me because I talked way too much.
I've never
So
heard that.
she'd be stuck talking with me on the drive because it's like a 3-hour drive from our town to my nana's. Yeah.
I've never heard that story. I can't even imagine you talking too much. I think you
As a
talk the
child,
perfect
I was
amount.
a certified yapper.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I just remember feeling, like, so embarrassed, especially because, like, I think the world of my aunt and growing up, like, especially I mean, I still do, but I just, like, thought the world of her, and then when she said that, I was, like, so embarrassed, like, really everyone had been talking about how they didn't wanna go in the car with me.
Yeah, that's humiliating.
It really stuck with me, and, like, by the way, all my cousins, I also thought were so cool because they were all, like, about 6 to 8 or 10 years older than me, a bunch of
Yeah,
boys,
that's a
like
bummer.
yeah.
May you
Anyway.
please I know you're about to share another one, but can you please share my favorite one, please? What you wrote in your journal. It's hilarious.
Oh, it is hilarious. I honestly don't remember the story, but I remember the feeling. Like, I don't remember what got me to this point. But yes, I had a little diary, and in it, I wrote, I want to, by the way, this is 2nd grade. I want to have sex with blank. I did not know what that meant, by the way, to have sex. Like, I really don't know where I got that verbiage or that idea. I don't know, but I wrote it down,
Didn't
period.
you write it multiple times?
Yes. And then I remember being in my room going to go out to the back patio where my mom and my uncle were, and overhearing my mom telling my uncle about my personal diary entries. I scurried right back to my room and I didn't come out for the rest of the night because I was so mortified.
Yeah, that's my
Which also
favorite.
reminds me of speaking of blank wake of the lake weekend. I'm not saying the lake's name because it's near our town, but basically speaking of that weekend, and last time when we were talking about water skiing, it became such a thing because this is a yearly once a year weekend. Obviously, that's what yearly means. Um, and all
Also
the
known as
boys,
annually.
yes, annual weekend. All my older cousins, I was just talking about, they would like take all these videos of each other, like water skiing, like it was the thing to do. And that year, my nana was so persistent that I water ski. And no one went against my nana. She was a very strong woman and everyone did what she said pretty much. Like she was true matriarch. And she said that I have to water ski because I'm 16 years old and I have to. And then I proceeded. Maybe I wasn't 16, maybe it was middle school, but anyway, then I proceeded. No, I think it was middle school, but
She
whatever. She's
loved to
17.
bring she loved to bring age into it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell that one in a minute. Anyway, she brought my age into it. So then I proceeded to be sick all weekend. I used to look forward to this weekend the entire year, and I actually just laid up in my room and cried as I looked out the window, seeing everyone having fun for 2 days straight, pretending to be sick because I was that scared.
Did you
Yeah.
ever water ski?
Yes, I actually did. But like, uh, I wouldn't, not like a long time. Like, I've gotten up. Yeah. And then it actually was like, it like reignited this thing from my childhood when I went, to Jamie's Lake and they were all wakeboarding. And yeah, I did it, but like, I was like getting really scared. And I don't think I
You're
got up.
just I feel like you're so capable of it.
I know. It was just like a total mental thing. I don't really know. And it's also just like, I didn't wanna do what was being pushed on me, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah,
when
that's
my nana
you
spoke up,
always.
I will
Mm.
never forget. Oh, wait, this is actually hilarious. I will tell the age story. I won't disclose who it's about, but my nana was just so iconic. I feel that this needs to be shared in honor of her. So, basically, one of my cousins actually, 2 of my cousins have a birthday near Thanksgiving, so we usually, like, celebrate them at Thanksgiving. And, we were singing to this cousin, and happy birthday to you, happy birthday, whatever. And then at the end of it, he's about to go blow out his candles, and my nana goes, 17 and never been kissed. Meanwhile, he's had multiple girlfriends, like she just assumed or something. But she was
Yeah, I
literally
mean
like roasting him because she gives
yeah.
no props.
No, I
Um,
love that she did that. That's,
but yeah, it was
also,
hilarious.
yeah, you're when you people tell you to do something, you won't do it, you still are very much like that, it's really frustrating. Celia's
Yeah.
favorite thing to do when you, like, will suggest to do something, and I really think, like, anyone can, like, especially, I would say me and Britta can really relate to this, is, like, asking you to help clean or something. I'll say it in the calmest way, literally, like, not even upset at all, and you will start freaking out, "Can you just stop yelling at me?" And you do that all the time, and I'm literally like, I'm not even upset right now. I'm literally just like, that's your go-to if you don't wanna do something and you feel like someone's telling you to do something. Same with, like, if we want you to go out, "Stop yelling at me," or, like actually, yeah, sometimes, like, it'll be me, Celia, and Britta on the phone, and, like, for example, like, Celia will be thinking about how to respond to a guy, and Britta and I will be like, "Just say this. This is good. This is just say this." And you will literally hang up sometimes, almost start crying and say, "Stop yelling at me." You can't take, like, then don't ask for our
I would
advice.
never say that to a grown adult though, so that's a little different. You guys are grown adults. I mean, like I would never say that to my nana or my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little different, but yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you say it to us pretty often.
Best thrift find. So my whole life, my mom has been very into thrifting, and I have not. Because when I am shopping, I have things in mind, and I, like, really, really like, I get the idea of what I want before I go into a store or something like that. So, like, I don't really have time or cash to just thrift. It's just not the way I work. Like, if I'm buying something, it's intentional. Anyway, the point is, I have recently discovered the Real Real. Obviously, I've known about the Real Real for years and years and years.
Be
I've
wary.
used it. What?
Be wary.
Why do you say?
They have a terrible rep, but anyway, go on.
No, I know they do have a terrible rep, but the thing that's crazy is that things that I would be buying full price, I just hop on over to the Real Real, look it up, boom.
I would just recommend more, like, Vestiaire. They're, like,
It's
the
so much
same.
more expensive.
No, Vestiaire is so much cheaper.
No, I've been doing comparisons, like, genuinely.
Okay, for
There's
some
like
things, I my purses are always cheaper on Vestiaire than the Real Real.
yeah, I'm not talking about purses, I'm talking about clothes, but
And
yeah.
also, Vestiaire, you can lowball it, and they usually agree. So,
Yeah.
like, it may seem more expensive, but, like, my friend Laura, by the way, like, she always, like it'll say, like, $800, she'll request 300, and she'll get it.
Yeah.
So,
So it's,
I
like,
would
decent
just
in
say
that sense?
yeah, I would say, like, don't close it off. The Real Real just has such a bad rep for, like, fakes and stuff, but, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I've
I'm not talking
gotten
about
a lot of stuff there before.
and no, I get that. Again, I'm not talking about, like, designer bags and those sorts of things. I'm just blown away that, like, things that I would buy in the store now are on the Real Real brand new with tags for, like,
Yeah.
quarter of the price. It's just like, why have I never thought to do this before?
Yeah, it's epic.
That's all I can say. And, like, yeah, just blown away, really. Um, but it's not as much like thrifting, it's just, like, another way to shop, I guess. I mean, it is, it's sustainable, but
Yeah, it is definitely thrifting, I guess. But the best
but
thing
yeah,
I've
you know.
ever thrifted, I don't know if this counts as thrifting. I'm, like, a really big antique store girl. But I
Mhm.
used to be scared to buy antiques in case they were haunted, but I got my leopard cheetah print little mini lampshades. I'm still looking for a lamp base for the second one, but that's the best thing I've ever gotten in my whole life, and it inspired an entire explosion of animal print. So that, like, changed my life. I'll never forget. My grandma actually bought it for me. She was at the antique store with me that day.
Aw.
Actually need to go to the antique store. Meant to go today.
What for?
Magazines.
Hmm. Well,
Um
on that note, should we wrap it up and you let us know what your booth is gonna be called?
I have no idea. No idea at all what my booth will be called. But I'll keep keep you updated. I don't know, like, when this will I'm a bit shy about it.
It's gonna be epic, like,
Yeah.
truly. And, like, they will sell.
Oh, I'll be humiliated if they don't.
No, like, they will. They're amazing, and I'm not just saying that as a friend.
Really?
Yeah, you know that, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I do.
Really?
Alright, well, you know the drill. I hope you have a good weekend. Happy Friday. We will talk to you next week. If you have any suggestions for us, drop them on the Girlhouse IG. And might I just friendly remind you, if you feel so inclined to, a comment that you made it this far into the episode, or a like, or a 5-star review. It doesn't hurt. Does not hurt.
Never hurts. You know what? It's gonna be a week from now. Next time the app drops is gonna be Black Friday. Maybe we could do some recs.
Yeah, I've never really done much on Black Friday, but I really vividly remember, like, the first Black Friday I really went to ever
Ever?
was when my friend Robin, she was the first out of everyone to get her license, and we went through the McDonald's drive-through, like, 3 times, and I don't even really know where we went. I don't even think we got any deals.
This is well, what a good story. Did McDonald's have Black Friday sale lately?
No.
No, I'm joking, but this is actually, like, something you would only, like that sounds cruel, not that you would only dream of. In your current state, you would only dream of this. I have such a vivid memory. High school boyfriend,
Ugh,
met him, 'cause we lived in the same neighborhood, then we walked to Target, which was also in our neighborhood. He bought me a Starbucks, and then we walked around and stood in the line for Black Friday, and I, like, left my family
Wow.
Thanksgiving to go meet up with him to do that.
That's so no,
Little
I was
yearns for high
actually
school romance, that's why I said that, by the way.
all I do is yearn for high school romance. Let me just clarify, I'm not yearning for a high school-aged
No.
man. Boy, I'm yearning for someone my age to
To give you the
replicate the feeling
so
of
high
high
school.
school romance, which is
Yeah.
like, there's nothing better than high school romance.
I feel so high school.
Yeah. And I really relate to Taylor on that sense because she gets it, and I've seen people on TikTok say like, "Oh my god, stop talking about high school." I get it, and by the way, I hated high school. I'm not saying like I miss high school, I think high school was hell, except for like, of course, our friendship, etcetera, but high school romance,
Nothing like it.
nothing like it. Like, well, like, yeah, I don't need to get into it. Just miss it. It's like just what, you're all so passionate, in love, everything's like a first.
And you have no responsibilities other than to
Yeah.
date, essentially, and go to
Yeah, do your homework, yeah.
yeah. I'll never forget that's so weird, that just unlocked such a memory. I think this was middle school, but I remember going into my parents' room and asking my dad for permission to, uh, go out with someone, and he said, "No boyfriends till high school," but then I asked hi like, he said, like, what would it be to have a boyfriend?" And I said, "Well, we might hold hands in the hall," and I was so nervous to say that out loud, and he was like, "No boyfriends until high school." Can you
Yeah.
imagine the extent of having a boyfriend being holding their hand in the hall?
Well, that was what it was like in middle school. I'll never forget, I mean, I had my first kiss in 6th grade, as I think you did too, right?
Uh-huh.
But I think everyone did pretty much at our school at the dances. Mine was at the Valentine's Day dance, actually with the guy that you wrote about in your journal, you wished you would have sex with him.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he was your first kiss, you son of a
Yeah, yeah, but,
I never
like, it
kissed
was,
him.
like, very, everyone stood around in a circle and, like,
Mhm.
counted down, like, 10, 9.
Uh, do you not remember when was it you or me? I honestly don't remember, which is kinda creepy, but we were at a dance. It's either your story or mine. I think it's mine. Anyway, there were 2 couples. I think I was one of them, if not, it was you, and everyone counted to 10 while the 2 couples kissed for 10 seconds straight.
I don't know if that was you or me, but I think perhaps it was probably both of us because that everyone would do that, and I
Yeah,
remember I had, like, one friend because I only had, like
too intense.
most people didn't make out with anyone till 8th grade. I didn't make out with anyone till I lost my virginity going into 10th grade, which was, like, really all just way too much in one
Yeah,
evening.
I
Um,
didn't make out until high school, and I remember it so vividly, again, behind that Target, because it's near where we lived, and he,
yeah.
sat me down, it was actually very sweet, on one of the guardrails,
Aw.
and, basically, I told him I had never made out with someone, and then he showed me what making out was.
I love high school romance.
Yeah.
I love it, but no, everyone would, like, make you, like, count. I
Like,
remember
you would
in,
just
like
stand there lip locked like a peck, like,
yeah,
for
like,
10
not
seconds
making
straight.
out, yeah, and
Yeah.
then I remember, like, after, like, boyfriends after that, like, in 7th and 8th grade, I would, um like, the only time we'd see each other, we didn't talk at all, like, once you started dating someone, you stopped talking,
Right.
and I will never forget, yeah, I would just meet, like, my boyfriend, we'd kiss, then we'd hold hands to the bus, and then that was it, and we would text and, like, change our AIM users to, like, whatever, and I'll never forget, I never really had a rule on, like, when I was allowed to date or not, but it was well, my first boyfriend was in f boy like, obviously, it wasn't real, but my first quote, unquote, "boyfriend" was in 5th grade, and we ended up breaking up, we never spoke, like, we'd known each other forever, used to always talk, started dating, stopped speaking. And then he started dating my friend, but I remember, like, my mom because he got me a stuffed animal duck for Valentine's Day because I
Very
love
sweet.
ducks, and I had gotten him, like, my mom helped me pick out, like, a little Valentine's Day stuffed animal with, like, candy to give to him, and I just remember the feeling of, like, my backpack hanging it being in my backpack all day, and I just couldn't muster up the courage to give it to him, and I never did, and I wonder if that's why we broke up.
Wow.
Um,
Wait, you
but
wanna know something crazy? Sorry,
what?
you can finish this. That just
Oh,
reminded me of something.
my last point was, though, like, on the terms of, like, my parents being aware of me dating, I'll never forget when I was on a road trip with my mom after we had broken up, my boyfriend following that, who went into middle school with me, and the only time we ever spoke was really when he came to break up with me. Like, we we did actually he came over to my house one time to meet up with me and my friend and her boyfriend and our parents, and we all, like, walked down to this little festival downtown.
Very sweet.
But I don't think I talked to him, I think I talked to my friend and, like, the boys walked behind us. I have a photo with him. Um, but yeah, I didn't have my own I wasn't allowed to have my own email at the time because I was in 5th grade, so my friends could email me on my parents' email, and so he emailed like, I remember my dad calling me and my mom on the drive and saying, "Hey, you got an email," because, he had emailed me saying, "Hey, every single other person in the class has a girlfriend except for me. You're the only girl left in the class. That's will you be my girlfriend?" And I
You
thought
are
about it.
so savage.
Yeah, I thought about it for, like, a bit, and then I must have had because I didn't have access to a computer, I was on a road trip, I must have had my dad respond yes, because he
Tell
was
him
at
back,
home.
"Hey, let him know I'm in."
Yeah. No, I really think that did happen.
That's so funny. Um, the last thing that I'll say that just reminded me of, how freaking crazy, and I still have it. Well, I don't know if I still have one of the pieces, but anyway, I had a summer crush slash situationship whom I texted with every single day that I was studying abroad in Italy. And so I got him a little shot glass because he was Italian, by the way. Not like literally, but Italian descent. But yeah, literally. Anyway, he was Italian descent. So I got him this shot glass that was like from Rome, where I was abroad, and I got him this little limoncello. I never got the chance to give it to him, and I still have the shot glass in my in our Nantucket house. I need to get rid of it. That's just like
Really?
karma. Yeah. What a freaking ass. I never gave it to him. Never had the chance
He
because we
never
never.
gave you the opportunity because he made it impossible to hang out with him.
And never forget the absolute last thing. When Callie and I lived together, senior year of high school, aka I had just gotten back from being abroad, and she got a mug that said hashtag his name on it as a huge joke because, yes, we talked forever and he never actually came in, even though he lived, I don't know, about less than 30 minutes outside of the city. Until one time, there was one time he was in the city with a bunch of his buddies. They happened to come over. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I don't think anyone saw the mug, though.
I can't remember if we showed them or if they just it was just like this hilarious thing in our
I
heads.
just wish like, this is a prank I would love to pull on you, but, like, we don't live together. Um, but, like, I've seen people on TikTok do this, like, in college. I just wish I would have thought of this at the time. Like, before they bring a date home, they will, like, print out photos of the guy and, like, frame them and put, like, all these various photos and frames around, like, the girl's room. I'm dying to do that, but, like, I don't know.
Arguably worse that we had a mug because it wasn't like a little printed out thing. It literally was a custom made mug that said hashtag his name on it. Imagine he opens the cupboard.
Yeah.
He's like, "What sort of stalker is this?" That was an epic prank. Anyway.
Yeah, it was an epic prank. Well, I guess it's a wrap. We'll see you next week. Let us know what you wanna chat about. I feel like we often say that and then you don't let us know. Please let us know. Like, this
Yeah,
is for you. Let us know.
let
Please.
us know. Like,
Don't be
I
shy.
also, I will say, like, all the DMs, it's so fun to actually talk. So, like, let us know what you wanna hear.
Yeah.
When I say all the DMs, I'm just referencing multiple DMs that I received about the whiteboard that made my day.
Yeah.
But, like, seriously, it's so fun.